Good morning, my name is Amber St. Clair, and we're going to be doing a soothing and meditative yoga practice. Begin by taking 2 very deep, complete, and full breaths, bringing your energy to your space in this time, in this moment, allowing the breath to relax and calm your nervous system. Letting the belly expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Bringing all of your energy, attention, and awareness to this moment into your body. Letting everything that has come before this moment fade into the background. And everything that comes after this moment, wait for its turn. One more big, deep, complete breath here. We're going to lie on our back in relaxation pose. You want to take time to get into this position. This is the most important pose of yoga, and I suggest 15 minutes a day, especially in times of stress or when the body is in a large amount of discomfort, body, mind, or soul discomfort. So we want to make sure that our hips are tucked down away from our waist. Our sacrum is flat to the floor. Our shoulders are tucked down from our neck. Our palms are a little ways away from our bodies and face up. And we allow our legs to open up, our pinky toes draping towards the floor. Breathe deeply here and relax, allowing gravity to pull from you anything that no longer serves you. Releasing and relaxing into the ground. And being consciously aware of your body in this moment. With compassion, exploring any areas that are calling for your attention. Gently inquiring, what does this spot in my body need? What is my body asking me for? And being compassionate with our ever-changing human experience as we awaken each day, meeting our body new, respecting and working with the body we woke up with today, not the body we wish we had or the one we used to have or whatever. And just take a few quiet moments here. We're going to begin to deepen the breath once again, really focusing on the power of our breath to relax our whole body and our nervous system. 2 full and complete breaths reset the vagus nerve and bring a sense of ease and relaxation to our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Take those deep, full breaths, exaggerating the inhale till you feel your belly swell up like you have an air baby. Let it stretch. And then exhale, show off your ribs and your spine and really try to show off all your bones by sucking that tummy in. It's not really the right term, sucking. It's more like compressing. Inhale, stretching the belly, big, big, big. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine. Our next inhale, we're going to sweep our arms above our heads. Interlace our fingers, rotate the palms, and stretch through heels and palms in opposite directions. Feel the low back arch off the ground. Exhale, sweep both knees up and into the chest. Hug the knees. Feel the low back press into the ground and rock side to side. Taking both knees together in a circular motion. Bring them to one side, a little bit away to the other side. Bend the elbows into the tummy, compressing the tummy. And continue in this circular motion, feeling the outside edges of the sacrum along the ground. And I apologize, I feel like I'm yelling because we're outside and there's a beautiful water fountain. It might make it a little hard for you to hear. And reverse directions. Place the feet flat on the floor. Bring the arms out to a T. Drop both legs over to the left and look to the right. Deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling a gentle stretch on the low back and hips. Knees come up and over. Switching your head position so that your head is looking the opposite direction of your knees. That gives us a gentle twist from tailbone to the right between the ears where the spine ends. Inhale back to center. Bring both knees into the chest again. Squeeze nice and tight. And we're going to extend the left leg out straight along the floor, keeping the right knee into the chest. Hold the right knee with the left hand. Bring the right arm out flat to the ground and bring that right knee over to the left side of the body for a nice gentle twist. Keeping our right shoulder flat to the ground. We can allow the knee to go over as far as it goes. And we want to find a delicious stretch. We don't want to be straining or pushing our pose. We get much further in yoga and in life when we go with the flow. Two more big breaths. Back to center, squeezing the knee into the chest again. Extending the leg up. Release the hands flat to the floor on either side of the hips. And wherever your leg goes, that is for you. That's your position. So as long as your knee's not bent and you aren't struggling, you're in the right spot. Your leg might be lower down. It might be higher up. You want to extend through the heel and flex the toes toward the nose. See if you can spread the toes nice and wide. This opens up the energetic channels through the whole body. Two more deep breaths here. And our next exhale, slowly with control, lowering that heel to the ground. Relax for a moment and just notice the difference in the right and left sides of your body. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, stretch through heels and palms again, and bring that left knee up, squeeze. Holding the left knee with the right hand, left arm goes out, palm flat to the floor, and bring the left knee to the right, look left. Back to center. Squeeze the knee in for just a moment. Extend it up. Heel to the sky. Toes toward the nose. Wherever you are, be there fully. And we're going to slowly lower through the heel. 1. Completely relax the body and just notice the difference. Notice the difference you feel now between when we first started in this pose and how we feel now. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor close to the bottom. Knees are in line with the hips. Ankles are in line with the knees. Low back flattens to the floor. We're going to be in this position for 2 minutes. It's going to feel like a long 2 minutes. And you're going to think, what am I doing here? Well, this pose resets the psoas. It allows the psoas muscle to relax and lengthen. And coupled with those 2 or more deep, complete breaths, is really the cure for anxiety, stress, or muscle tension. It really gives the body that signal that it's safe in this moment. I like to go, while we're doing this, I like to chat with you a little bit about that loud airplane that went over in the middle of me trying to talk to you. We call that meditating with roosters. So in life, there's always some roosters. There's the kids want this, there's that. You gotta stop, emergency phone call, your back cramps up, the sink explodes, life, it keeps happening, right? And the goal of yoga for our mental and spiritual health is to get to the place where we can just be with what is in the moment and come back to our practice. We may have to come back to our practice 38 times. We may be trying to do a complete yoga practice for 6 months, what would normally take someone else an hour, and that's okay. We allow it to be its own process. It's the same principle as pushing in the yoga pose versus flowing with where you're at in the pose in the moment. Anyone can be peaceful and happy in a cave on a mountain. The true peace and happiness is when we can be peaceful and happy with the airplanes flying over and the back cramping up and, living with life. So take a couple breaths and congratulate yourself for living with life thus far. You're doing great. So we probably have about another minute here. And I'm going to be quiet and invite you to look internally, to feel your body, to breathe through any emotions, thoughts, or feelings that come up. And to remind yourself that right now, you're safe. Right now, you're supported. Right now, everything is okay. Focusing on our breath. Two more big breaths. Letting every inhale bring us positive experiences, feelings, and delicious life force energy. And every exhale, releasing any tension, stagnation, or any parts of the past that we are willing and ready to let go. When you feel complete, rolling onto one side, taking 2 nice, deep, and complete breaths. And using your hand to slowly roll up until your head comes up last. Sitting in a comfortable cross-leg position, whichever is most comfortable for you. Now we're going to do some nice shoulder exercises, bringing the shoulders up, down and back, rolling the shoulders. Reversing directions. Shoulders carry our burdens. So next we're going to shrug off our burdens and be silly, so prepare yourself. Inhale, bring them up to the ears, lengthen the body. Let all that tension, whatever burdens you're carrying right now, let them just boil up to your mind. And then exhale, go. Get ridiculous with it. Make noise, let your arms fling out to the side. Inhale, shoulders up. One more time. Good. Now again, pushing through the heels, lengthening the spine. We're going to exhale, bring our chin to the chest. Inhale, take our ear to the shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, ear to other shoulder. Listening to our body right now and noticing as we flow with our breath, exhaling down and inhaling over. If there's any spots where we feel an extra delightful stretch, I'm going to invite you now to hold those, to find the best little delightful stretch and just hang out there for 20 or so seconds. Letting your shoulders relax down while your spine lengthens up at the same time. And find another spot. Sometimes it's just resting and holding our discomfort that allows it the space to move on. Lengthening our spine always on the inhale and relaxing any tension or tightness on the exhale. Chin to chest. And inhale, lift the head. We're going to bring our fingertips to our sides. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up at the palms. Exhale, fingertips down, chin to chest. This pumps our cerebrospinal fluid. It washes the body in all kinds of yummy goodness. Exhaling, chin to chest, fingers to ground. Inhale, looking up. Really working on making your breath and your motion match. So you might be moving your arms faster or slower than me, but it's really about your yoga practice. Two more times. And holding the palms above the head on your final one in completion, look up. And whatever prayers you have, whatever your highest goals for yourself, imagine you're holding those in your palms. Inhale and exhale, draw them down into the head so that you have clear thoughts on them. And through the eyes so you can see your path. Past your mouth so you can speak your goals. And to your heart so that you may embody your goals with love and compassion. Taking a moment here just to relax the shoulders and tune in with how you feel in this moment. Opening our eyes, bringing our fingertips to the floor on either side of us once again. We're going to stretch our side body. Inhale, lift your one arm up. Walk the other arm out to your side as far as you like and bring that arm over, stretching the side body, keeping the arm in line with the ear, and always recognizing the spine goes from tailbone to between the ears. So we're pushing our hip into the ground as we're lengthening and stretching our body over to the side, looking up, lifting our heart to the sky. Keep pushing that hip into the floor as we lengthen and stretch over. Inhale up, nice and slow, and exhale over to the other side. Opening the heart up to the sky, rotating the shoulder back, look up, push the hip down, stretch and lengthen. And inhale up, one more time for each side. And over. And up and over. And up. Pressing the sits bones down, the tailbone down, lengthening the crown, growing nice and tall. Inhaling, bring both arms up in front. And we're going to lengthen, inhale, inhale, and exhale, twist. Bring the opposite hand to the opposite knee. Other hand comes behind, look over the shoulders. Lengthen and look behind you. Chin is level to the ground. Beautiful. See if we can inhale and lengthen a little bit more. Grow taller in the spine. Excuse me. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, swinging back to center, nice and slow. Reset, press the spine down, lengthen up through the sits bones, and twist on the exhale. Lengthening, inhale, and twisting deeper, exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, we're going to spill the body forward over the legs, starting with our tummies. We exhale, let the tummy come forward, let the chest come forward. Let the head come forward. And then inhale, spinal wave. The head and shoulders go back. The tummy is engaged. The head comes up. A few more breaths here. Waving our spine with our breath. Exhaling forward. Contracting the belly against the legs. Inhaling, making space for a big breath. Flowing with your breath here. Letting it be a soft, waving motion. Extending the spine, articulating every little vertebrae along the spine. A flexible spine is a flexible mind, one of my teachers would say. Guru Mukh, if you're looking for some active yoga. And finishing your round to completion and extending our legs out to a nice wide V. Heels are down and toes are up. This might be your yoga pose. You may be in the pose right now. And you'll know you're in the pose if the backs of your knees are coming off the ground and you're having a hard time sitting up straight. So if this is your pose, with your back as erect as you can get it, and your heels are down and your toes are up, then just hang out here and breathe. You might even need to bring your hands behind your back and place them on the ground behind you for a little bit of support, and that's fine too. The most important thing always in yoga is clear lines of energy. We don't want to be compressed in our spine or blocking the flow of energy and blood flow with our legs bent. So finding your pose. If you have more flexibility and motion here, you can inhale, lengthen, keeping the spine in this position. You bring the belly button forward, keeping the spine nice and straight. And you can keep walking the hands forward until you find that delicious stretch that is your stretch. And like I said, each day it might be a little bit different, so being compassionate and finding your nice, yummy stretch. As always, we work on stretching and lengthening the spine and keeping that line of energy from our tailbone to between our ears nice and straight. You'll notice you're relaxing into the pose here, and you can move in a little deeper perhaps, or lengthen the spine a little taller. Take your last 2 breaths here. Inhale, lengthening up. And we're going to exhale, turn over one leg. In theory, our center line of our chest is aiming for the center line of the thigh. And we exhale over the leg. Keep bringing that center line of the chest over the center line of the thigh in theory. Notice if your back is rounding in the shoulders, and if so, come out of the pose a little bit more. Lengthen the spine. Let the head grow long away from the body. Beautiful. And inhale up, and exhale, rotate to the other side. Inhaling up, bringing the body to center. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We want to have at least 1 foot's distance from our groin to our feet. Holding onto our shins, above the ankle, rotating the shoulders down and back, opening the heart, pushing the sits bones down, lengthening through the crown. Inhale and exhale. Again, if you have more flexibility in movement, you can add another layer to the pose by bringing the belly button forward. And as you come forward, bring the elbows into the knees, opening the knees a little bit wider. Keeping the back flat is more important than how far you can come down in this yoga pose. Inhale, lengthening up, extending the legs out straight. And we're going to move them up and down, smack them around. Tell them thank you so much for all the work they've done. Give some circles on the hips, spank the booty, really getting the legs some nice circulation, because we're going to come back to a comfortable seated position for a movement meditation, and then we will go into our relaxation pose and wrap up the class for today. So back to any comfortable cross-leg position. If you're extra fancy and your body will let you, you can do lotus or half lotus or whatever. You can place a pillow under your hips for extended meditation positions. We won't be here that long. So bringing our palms together, cupping one over the other, bring them into our lap, as far down into our lap as we can get. This is a peace mudra. It's a moving mudra, which mudra just means hand positioning. It goes a lot deeper than that, but we'll just leave it there for today. Today we're going to pretend that we're sitting in a beautiful pond. We're going to close our eyes and pretend that we're listening to that water behind us and pretending that we're sitting on a nice flat circular rock in the middle of a bubbling brook. It's a lovely pond, and we're surrounded by nature. We can see the dragonflies, the cattails. There's meadows in the back with flowers, mountaintops. We feel cool and calm and peaceful. We feel grounded and rooted on this rock. We're completely surrounded in healing water, pure, pristine water. And with our hands cupped here, we draw that water with our imaginary magic powers into our hands. And we inhale, bring our hands to our belly button. Exhale. Inhale, bring our hands to our low ribs. Exhale. Inhale, bring our hands to the heart. Exhale. Inhale to the throat. Exhale. This is where we begin to drop the water all over us, cleansing and healing us, winding our fingers up over our face, up over the crown of our head. All the water is now sprinkling on us, and we bring our arms open, fingers are reaching to the sky, lifting our heads up, and here we receive any healings and blessings from our highest self, our creator, or just that healing power of the sun and the water and the fresh, clean air in the moment that we are here in our bodies. We let our arms gently and slowly float down to our sides, as quickly or as slowly as feels good, as we fill up with blessings. We fill up with positive energy and the prayers and kind thoughts of everyone that loves us and that we love. Gratitude for being alive in this moment. Fingertips touching the ground. Whenever you're ready, coming back into that position, cupping the hands down low. Seeing yourself again, sitting on that beautiful rock in the water. And scooping up some of the water in your hands. Inhale it to the belly button. Inhale it to the low ribs. Inhale to the heart. Inhale to the throat. Fingers wide, spilling that water, dripping it all down as we come over the face, over the crown of the head, arms up to the sky. Letting the feeling of peace surround us and fill us. Letting our breath be smooth and full. Letting the hands go down as quickly or slowly as feels comfortable. And when you're complete, bringing the hands back to the starting position. And this time you're going to do it on your own. And if you forget, you're going to make it up. And really think about drawing those healing waters up and healing every aspect of your being, your physical being, your spiritual being, soothing it with clean, healing water. When you're complete, go ahead and roll onto the back into your relaxation pose. The pose we started with is the one we end with. Taking time to tuck the shoulders down away from the neck and the hips down away from the waist. Letting the pinky toes drape open into the side and relaxing and releasing your body. Relaxing every muscle. Letting gravity pull from you that which no longer serves. And noticing the difference between our beginning relaxation pose and our completion relaxation pose. Noticing how this short, simple, and gentle practice, these cleansing deep breaths, and this focused positive mindset have made a shift in your body, in your mind. And know that you can take 2 deep breaths at any moment
and bring you back to this energy, bring you back to this feeling of peace. Help reset your system. Like everything in life, the more we practice, the better we are at it, and the more benefits we get from it. And that's why this is called a yoga practice. So feel free to come back to these practices at any time and to bring them deeper into your being. Congratulate yourself for showing up for your yoga practice today and for spending this much needed time to center your energies, align your body, and to bring yourself into a more peaceful and calm state. It's suggested that you spend a minimum of 15 minutes in this relaxation pose, just completely being present with what you are doing today, how you're feeling, how your body feels, and just sitting with yourself. We don't have time for that for this class, but I encourage you to practice this most important yoga pose, Shavasana or relaxation pose. The practice of just being compassionately with yourself in stillness. And for today, though, we're going to take a few deep breaths, set our intention for the rest of our day. Know that we can anchor into these 2 breaths for peace practice at any time. And begin to move, stretch, wiggle, do any yoga pose, crack any knuckles, whatever feels good for you right now, to bring yourself back and to get ready to move on with the rest of your day. Slowly bringing yourself up to a seated position after rolling onto one side and taking some deep breaths. In yoga, we say namaste. It means I bow to the place in you, which is of love, of light, of peace, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Thank you for doing yoga today. Namaste.